Hey guys, Robert Strongthumb here. I've been doing some testing. A friend of mine who plays Dota 2, and he's very into that game. Won't even try Here's the Storm. I don't blame him. I don't really try Dota 2 either. But what he's told me is that ganks actually occur in competitive scenes, and they don't really in Here's the Storm. And I don't know what the reason why that is. I think the reason why that is, I'm coming to the conclusion that it's all about what team you have. Team coordination is exactly required. There are very few solo one-on-one gankers, really. There's Nova. She doesn't have all the damage she needs to kill one person at full health. There's Zeratul. He doesn't necessarily have all the damage he needs to kill a person at 1 health. The Butcher recently is getting, not recently, is getting a nerf. In fact, by the time this video is uploaded, it probably will have come. And he won't be able to one-on-one people. And Kerrigan doesn't have an effective escape either. The Butcher and Kerrigan are very vulnerable in that regard. I feel like Zeratul is my favorite of the gankers that are currently out, but he does require help from a teammate, and that help might just not be found in competitive. I don't know. The playstyle works as I go in when I see fit, or when a target is crowd controlled so much it's really realistic to go in, or when that player makes such a heavy mistake that I can just base my attack off of that, usually with a team there. And I'm finding that early game ganks just don't happen very often without incredible team coordination. So I'll try to bring that to you guys today. Alright, there you go. I'm using Zeratul in this particular case. At level 1, you pick Seasoned Marksman because it is the one that I find to be most beneficial to this ganking playstyle. It increases your basic attack damage, but only when you work for it. So a problem with this is we can pick up kills and everything and wander around, but we won't be building up our Seasoned Marksman. Why can't I get rid of this observer thingy? Oh well. But not all the damage comes from the Seasoned Marksman build-up. Q ability is in this big radius. Well, not too big. I deal some damage. W ability is a bit of a skill shot. It sticks to the first person it hits and explodes for some damage and slows them for a little bit. Blink is you teleport. The idea is you go in, you slow them like this, or at least you try to hit the slow, and then when times get tough, you teleport out. Teleporting in is really risky, I'd like to add. We almost got the kill over there. I'm greatly paying attention to the map. You can't exactly gank a Muradin or a Tassadar. You can gank a Raynor, kind of, depending on his health bar. You can gank a Vala and a Kael'thas. One thing to note about ganking is that in the early game with Zeratul, at least, well, this is exclusive to Zeratul, he doesn't have the chase he needs. He has a teleport, yes. And he has got a slow, yes. But the slow is easy to miss at point-blank range. And that doesn't guarantee that you'll be able to stick around long enough or kill them fast enough, because your auto attacks in the early game don't necessarily deal incredible damage versus the target. So early game ganks are harder to set up. If this Diablo were following me around, sure we could do it. But then we'd really miss out on lane presence. Unless if I was just coming to him. Zool would also be a great help. Right here, I'm attempting to gank this Vala. She's at full health though, and I have no chase. And then there's 2 players as well, so there's no way I can deal with them. And then also, my team can't help me over here. I'm just sticking over here to interrupt this this capturing of the other things. I stayed a little bit too long, and they got eliminated. That's how ganking works. You go in, you go out. Most of the time. At level 4, you want to pick up Master Warp Blade, because this is the most damaging of these ones. You can, however, go for some other things that you want, you know. Any of those would work, I see. But the one that would help me the most is Master Warp Blade. Increases hard damage to every third attack. And in the late game, that third attack will be more than once a second. One thing to note is that I would not recommend this playstyle to quick match. Because, especially after this next patch comes out, quick match is just going to be all assassins versus all assassins. And ganking's not really needed there. You just kill people. Also, this is a Hero League match, by the way. In Hero League, you will guaranteed pretty much get a healer and a frontline. And hopefully a competent player, let's hope. One thing that's important is that when you're invisible like this, you're not actually completely invisible. People can see you, and that's important to note. One thing you can do is pick up on when players are extending far too heavily to kill one of your teammates. And right here, we just want to get out of here because we see 4 of their teammates, or 3, come in here to our 4 with no healer, because the healer had no mana. And a lot of us had no mana as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't sticking around, so I didn't kill this person. But no matter. Again, with Seasoned Marksman, you do have to lane a little bit, just a little. And I know where their entire enemy team is, and I have a blink to get away. So, I am very okay. I've only got 4 stacks, though. That's a bit of a worry. The effectiveness of your zero flow is not completely determined on how many stacks you get. Because if you have a good team with you that understands what you're trying to do, like I do, then you will be able to still deal that great damage without necessarily having stacked up millions of damage with Seasoned Marksman. And I'm being aggressive here because I want to kill characters like this. Now, unfortunately, as of before, I'm just going to be taken out because they were able to react fast enough. Again, early game ganks, you don't have incredible amounts of burst with you. And so I can't take down a full health anybody without the help of my team and a lot of help from my team. That'll all change late game. Right now we're defending this capture tower, and they're all in low health, which is good. Again, remember not to focus down the Tassadar and not to focus down the Murden. If they are the only targets, then go ahead. But not only are you going to have to spend more damage on those characters to kill them, but their abilities allow them to get away easily, and they're not contributing nearly as much damage to the fight. It's important things to note. So we want to go for Kael'thas and Vala, and then if we can, Raynor. But Raynor, keep in mind, does actually have damaging ability. And here, this is a low health Murden, so I'll kill him. Low health Vala, so I'll kill him. I'm going to chase the... what's it called? Chase the Kael'thas. I could have engaged further, easier there, but no dice. At level 7, you take searing attacks, in my opinion. On a 25-second cooldown, you increase your auto attacks damage for 5 seconds, but now your auto attacks cost mana. This is a 25-second cooldown, so you can use kind of whatever you want. You can use it kind of whenever you want. And it was funny because we actually forgot to get the altar here. But no matter, they were mostly dead. And I don't have to be super aggressive right there. And our team is in a bad spot because he's low health and low mana, and he's already kind of at low health. And then they have their entire team here, which is funny because they're not laning, and we don't, because the Zul is down there. Doing what he should be doing, by the way, laning. We should have somebody soaking each lane for this level. And I'm soaking there because we see all their team right here. Now, it's important that you have to analyze the attack before you make it. Not every time you'll be able to escape, and sometimes that's okay. Multiple times in this clip I get killed, but I'm the only one that gets killed, so therefore they do take the boss, but they suffered in soak. They didn't suffer necessarily so bad because they had gotten a team wipe, and now that we're all here, we can kill this Raynor. I want to see what killed him here. Oh, it was the fire thing. Having Diablo and Zul on the team and Malfurion on the team greatly increases our ability to gank, especially versus Li Ming, who has a teleport ability. For some reason, I go to the top lane right here, but I should really be joining the team, and we have level 10 now. And you want to go for Shadow Assault. On a 45-second cooldown, you teleport to people within a ring that you want to attack, and your auto attacks come much faster, for 4 seconds. You combo this with your 1 ability, and that's how that works. Again, do not focus the Tassadar and the Murden unless they are the only targets. And because of how many of our team members are here, including the Malfurion, I am able to dive even behind the tower. For example, I just really want to kill the Raynor. So I go in there, and then I teleport out. We got the Malfurion here who can heal us, and our team got the kill. Unfortunately, we did dive a lot for that. I have no healing on myself, by the way, so I completely rely on the Malfurion, a solo support, to heal me, and that'll work just fine. I don't need tons of health to kill somebody. I just need enough. I constantly tell my team what my Shadow Assault is like, because that allows me to chase incredibly well. The W ability, again, can be used to chase, but the problem will be that if I miss, and that'll just come with experience, but no matter. Characters like Li Ming are especially potent at dodging these ganks because they have an ability to teleport, so if I do not have my Shadow Assault, she will be able to get on my range insanely easily. And right here, most of us die, but check this out. Like a boss or Zul friend gets the kill, and we were equal level and everything. I only have 15 stacks of Seasoned Marksman, but that's alright, because getting kills also increases your Seasoned Marksman. I forgot by how much. Is it 3? Okay, 3 of the 6 minion kills to get a single stack. 15's a pretty good number, though, at least in my experience, by this level. The boss is taken, so we can't do anything there. And I'm ready to use Shadow Assault again. Telling my team. Find the Tassadar, but he's not a worthy target to attack, like I said. And he was at full health as well. And I realized, based on my map knowledge, that this place is under siege, but there are 3 to 4 of them there, and it's just me, so I can't go in there, even though one of them is at incredibly low health. And now I'm revealed, but only for a little bit. And what does that tell them? They revealed 3 other people as well. And now, he's bullying the Tassadar, but he shouldn't be. He should be helping our team. And I see that this guy boss was at low health, so I went in there, and I went in there, and there. It's important to note, you do, as their tool, right now at least, have 2 cooldowns for killing somebody, it seems. The Kael'thas, if you recall, I did not use anything except the Q and the W. Those are simple. You can use those whenever. But you might be able to judge, say, oh, I don't even need to chase this guy, so I won't use my Shadow Assault, the precious chase. I don't need to do the extra damage. Searing attacks is pretty dispensable, but sometimes you don't even need to use that, and you want to save it for a next kill. That's what I did to this Rainer. And now that I'm at low health, I can get away. At very, very low health. At this level, we'll go for Assassin's Blade. Again, a lot of these are viable. I think Giant Killer, Burning Rage, and Assassin's Blade are all viable. Giant Killer a little bit less, because we're not going to be going for the high health heroes. But if they have only high health heroes, so be it. Assassin's Blade gives us a bit of more chase and some damage for 5 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's movement speed while we are cloaked. So now, I would like to take this keep, but we can't. There's a better thing to be done here. We are 3 levels ahead and a talent tier ahead. And we see that this Rainer is incredibly overextending, so I just assassinate him. I didn't necessarily need to use all my cooldowns there, but it didn't go to waste. And right here, I'm not going to be able to get away, and I ran away from the healer. That's the first mistake I made, but I was probably going to die even if I stayed with the healer the entire time. Check it out. I died. That's 1 for them, and we got 4 kills, or 5. 4 kills. Exactly. I was a pretty worthy sacrifice. And I ran away from the Malfurion heals. That was a mistake. It's important to note that you are still squishy when you are one of these gankers, most of the time. We're going to take over this, but no, we are going to try and escort this to get even more damage in. Because either they can try and kill this fort here, but we're going to be there to deal with them. I'm on my way, but I do have my Shadow Assault cooldown. 45-second kill cooldown. I can kill people without it, but I'm significantly better at killing people when I do have it. Diablo's doing a really good job. Unfortunately, he's attacking the wrong target. But even though they're really close to the line, I can attack them no problem because of my incredible burst damage with the R and the 1 ability. This is not being changed. Zeratul is not being changed in the next patch, except by other players. I mean, other characters. For example, Dahaka will probably help him gank a lot. And there's going to be a Dahaka in every Hero League game for at least a week, and every quick match game on both sides for probably more than a week. So that's important to note. Even though I would not recommend doing purely ganking in quick match, because they often don't have real teams, if you know what I mean. Although Zeratul can be fun versus an all assassins team, because they're all squishy, they're all prime targets at every point in the game. And while they're taking care of this, we're taking care of this. That's how this map works. We press our advantage. We have 3-level lead and a talent tier lead, so we are really doing good. And they're about to take this, but no matter, because we still have one of their forts. And I'm telling the team that I can't exactly chase somebody. Doesn't mean I can't kill someone. It just means I can't chase them super effectively. I'm going to have to get used to using the W first, maybe. But we want to save the E ability as our escape. We can use it offensively, but we want to very rarely do that. And again, this is all part of judgment. How do you think? Are you able to kill the person? Are you safe? Etc., etc. And now, we want to, now that I have my R ability, I can go in on this Rainer. Even though he's really close to help, and I don't have all of my bursting abilities. At level 16, you'll take Berserk. And if I recall, yes, some of these are also very viable. I just found Berserk to be a really good synergizing one. And although we have to take this over, I'm setting up our team to go over here. What Berserk does is on a 60-second cooldown, we increase our attack speed by 40% and our movement speed by 40% for 4 seconds. And if you stack that on top of all these, this does make your one ability make your auto attacks cost a lot of mana for that 4-second duration. But you are able to eliminate somebody from the game. And I'm killed by the boss. It's a mistake, but it's okay. Now I know just how much of my health can be depleted by a single swing of the boss. We're getting some more core damage in. That's the point of that attack. They're still trying to take over this fort of ours, and they did just take this one. So as soon as I come back, we can easily, or even before I come back, we can easily take one of these. And it looks like they're putting even more effort into taking down the bottom. Keep. I'm just gonna be on my way after I spawn. And yes. Oh, although they took one, we took one back. We are a 3-level lead. This is not exactly even matchmaking, I would say. Either that or, like our team is just especially good at ganking in general. Instead of using the teleport, which I probably forgot about, but instead of using the teleporter, we're on our way over here to try and get even more core damage in. And because this Rainer is so overextended to have all my cooldowns, we can probably kill him, especially because of Diablo's crowd control, even though Rainer is a healer, a self-healer, not a healer. Again, Muradin, Tassadar, not prime targets, ever, really. There are better targets to be had. I could dip in there for a little bit to kill the Rainer, but I don't know if I should do that. Again, I foolishly engaged in the Tassadar, which was the worst play, but that was probably because of my impatience. Patience will be your worst enemy when you're playing these ganking characters. I can guarantee it. That and crowd controlling people. It's also important to note that you can catch glimpses of weakness with, like, invisible characters and such. Like this. You didn't see me coming. At level 20, you could either go Nerazim Fury, Rewind, or Nexus Blades. I'd prefer Nexus Blades myself. Or not, I do prefer Nexus Blades myself, because Nerazim Fury does not really increase your killing ability, your burst damage. It increases the length of your burst a little bit. Nexus Blade strictly increases your burst in every situation. Except for that which you are not able to auto-attack your enemies, which isn't really killing them. We want to take over this fort, but we don't yet have our minions, which is why I wasn't attacking there. I am not using any of my cooldowns on the Muradin or the Tassadar, really, because they're not prime targets. Although our Li Ming's need to think otherwise. But, I mean, maybe she's just zoning them out, who knows. Another thing to know about Li Ming is that with this ability, Disintegrate, even if she doesn't have Archon, she can reveal your position with Zeratul, with Nova, with other ganks as well. We've taken over a lot of the battlefield. I would like to kill this Rainer, but he's just too far away, and that would just involve me taking a very long trip over there, and for no reason. But he's going to have trouble taking this over by himself. It's important to note, yes, they're split. I think, yeah, we're going to go, and I found out something about this map. Even if you are stealth, you do get shot when you do pass the line. And I learned that almost by killing myself. But I was going to go the quick way to get to this Rainer. And for that, they do get some assistance taking this down. We have the level 20 lead and a 2-level lead. So we have incredible pressure. And we should really be engaging on them more. Especially this split ball and them. But I guess we just wanted to capture this before the altar spawned. And now I'm going to go solo to the bottom, because if they send one person to the bottom as well, I don't know what they're thinking exactly. Like, not in an insulting way, but in a way like, oh, I don't know what they're going to do next. I do see this person, but because the Tassadar is there, I can't really effectively gank any further after I used all those cooldowns. But I was originally just going to go solo down here, because I thought there would only be one person down here as well for the enemy. And I would do amazing in a 1v1 with all my cooldowns. I don't have any of my cooldowns now, really, though. So unfortunately, I'm not really able to help out this person very much by chasing. And I am going to have to disengage because of that strafe. And she is going to get away by killing our what's his name? Our Zul. But they only have one player left. This Murden. And I'm going to head back up there in case my team needs any help, which is they really don't. But I do make a fatal mistake. I was so cocky. I had no health, and he has incredible health. Of course I'm not going to be able to kill him. If I had used searing attacks and all of these cooldowns immediately, then maybe yes. But otherwise, no. And that's the game. Things to note. Kerrigan is changing in the patch a little bit. Her Ultralisk now deals more damage, and the Terroresque pick, the Terroresque talent at level 20 egg has changed. It's now a shorter egg cooldown or refresh. Other than that, oh, and the Butcher, his Lamb to the Slaughter, one of his main ganking cooldowns has been nerfed. Very much so. So I doubt we'll see him in ganking. But yes, ganking, it is a thing. It just requires a lot of team collaboration. And I think that this game, our team more than collaborated. Indeed. So, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Leave some comments down below for conversation, because that's cool. And share this with your friends if you think they'd like it as well. That'll be all for today. See you guys.